Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, just blur, like your camera's a little blurry. Just wipe the camera. I see I like an earlier time. Maybe I got to move the times up on the weekends if I could do the shows. All right, Destiny, where you calling me from, baby?
I'm calling from East Point, Michigan.
East Point, Michigan. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Is that where you live?
Yes, I live in East Point, Michigan.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an animal groomer.
Animal groomer. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't have any kids.
Have you ever been married?
No, I've never been married. I've been engaged before, but never married.
Why didn't you get married?
It was a bad relationship. He was Tunisian, and all the stereotypes that come with Tunisian men just so happened to be true about him. I'm not going to say it's true about everyone.
What were the stereotypes?
How Muslim men are abusive and very forceful and cheating, and probably just did it because he had a 10-year visa in America, but maybe he did it for a longer period of time or something. But we got engaged and I broke it off. I was young. I was 19.
Okay, got you. Oh yeah, you were young. What's your zodiac sign, Destiny?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius. So we got Destiny. You live in East Point, Michigan, correct?
Yes, I do.
Destiny, East Point, Michigan, 27, Aquarius. Animal groomer, no kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for an ambitious man, and also you have to be like open-minded. You have to be like an intellectual as well. Like you have to just like have common sense about you. I don't like short men. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I don't.
What do you consider short?
Under 5'9".
Okay, so 5'9" or taller.
Yes. No, honestly, 5'11" or taller, because I'm 5'9".
Okay, so 5'11" or taller. Okay.
Yeah. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, Capri Social Network. Now, while she's saying how she can't date a man that's below 5'11", 5'11" tall, and she happens to be 5'9", little does she know that the average man is no taller than her height. And this is one of the main reasons why there are so many single women nowadays all over the nation, due to how, for the most part, they have these ridiculous expectations and unrealistic expectations of men. First and foremost, it never fails. They always have a height requirement regardless. Even if they may happen to have kids, around 5 kids by 4 different men, some of them still have all these unrealistic and crazy height expectations and requirements. Now, maybe this is one reason why she's approaching 30 and still single. With that being said, y'all ain't gonna want to miss the rest of the video. Anyways,
5'11" or taller. Now let's go there. What are your other deal breakers?
Short is a really big one, and I really don't like more than 2 kids.
Have your face in the camera. You're like, your head's kind of cut off.
I'm sorry, I'm going to set this up and then do that. So because I'm shaking it. Is that better?
Yeah, so no men with 2 kids?
Yeah, no more than 2 kids. I'm really not attracted to... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm not attracted to them. Never mind.
Okay. What about besides 5'11" or taller? Okay, Destiny, if you can see yourself, look at me, because you're like going to the middle. I don't want your face cut off. 5'11", besides 5'11" or taller, should he look a certain way?
Yes, you have to carry yourself. Like, I don't have a preference in you being bald or if you have hair or it's all about how you carry yourself. Like, I don't want to cast personality or physical feature out. And because some people look good with it and some people don't.
Okay. What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
Yeah, you can't have like a fast food job or something like that. You do have to have some sort of career. going for yourself. I'm like, I have everything myself, so I'm not specifically requiring a man to have certain things because I have all that myself. But you can't, like, you have to have like a career path.
So about her saying how the average guy, occupation wise, can't have a career in a fast food field. Now, whether you may happen to meet a guy, Destiny, who happens to work at a fast food restaurant, but maybe a big dog, maybe the manager over a whole McDonald's restaurant, as an example. Not only that, but may have investments in several other fast food or McDonald's restaurants. Or he could just be a regular employee, entry-level employee at a McDonald's, but yet and still he may know how to manage his money very wisely. In other words, may have so many investments in so many other restaurants or whatever fast food restaurant he was to work in. And with that being said, you're an animal groomer, for crying out loud. You don't even make, I doubt if you even make $50,000 a year as an animal groomer, not realizing how ridiculous and delusional you sound. Anyway, back to the video.
Groomer career path?
Yes, it's very lucrative, and it's a career path for me. I've been doing it the past 3 years, but before that, I was a bartender.
Okay, so no fast food jobs.
Yeah, like, I don't know how to describe it. No, like, little jobs like that. Like, not a job a 16-year-old could do.
Okay. Okay, no job a 16-year-old could do. But there's no money requirement. Just have a good job.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. Ooh, we see that booty as soon as you stand up, girl.
Oh, am I in it? Oh, wait, where's the camera? Sorry.
There you go. Okay. Woo, we see you got body, girl.
Yeah,
huh?
Sorry, my dog was talking.
Your dog was talking.
Okay.
All right. Destiny,
I'm
what was
sorry,
your last...
I'm saying a bunch of stupid stuff.
When was your last relationship, Destiny?
It was a year ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 weeks ago.
Is that guy an option?
Honestly, I don't think so, no.
Why not?
He doesn't call. I require, text messages, try to reach me, but he really only answers the phone if I call him, so I haven't seen him in 2 weeks because I haven't called him, and he hasn't called me.
How long have you known him for?
I met him off a dating app like 2 months ago.
Did you guys date before you had, so basically after you had sex, he never called you again?
No, we just text.
Okay, so after you had sex, he's never picked up the phone to call you again?
No, he texts me.
Okay, texting, I'm saying calling. So let me be clear with has he called you since you slept with him 2 weeks ago?
No.
Was he calling you before you slept with him?
No.
Did y'all date before y'all had sex?
Yeah, we went on 3 dates, and then the third, because I usually try to wait until the third date to have sex. So the third date we had sex, and then a few other times we slept together as well. But like I said, it only happens if I call him. So that's why I'm 100% sure he's not an option.
Okay, so is this something that you'll take as a lesson moving forward with other men?
Yes, I am. Honestly, I do need to work on my self-love. I know I shouldn't be giving myself to a man that doesn't call or text me or anything like that. But I get lonely every now and again. And he is good looking.
Well, this is the reason of the problem, child. Let me say this. I appreciate your transparency. You definitely have a thick body, right? So you will attract men that probably will just want to have sex with you and nothing more. It's going to be for you to decide between the two, and it's going to be based off what you want. Just because a guy, like you just said.
Exactly. I mean, Kendra G explained it right down to a T. The only reason that a man will want someone like you of your caliber, Destiny, is due to the simple fact of how he would look at you as someone to pastime with. In other words, have his way with, be intimate with, only under that one condition, especially on behalf of how you came looking on this show, dressing in tights, showing off your BBL, and wearing the halter top, showing off the top front part of you, because you do have a pretty decent shape. And when that being said, due to how you say you have a BBL, now just suppose you were to hit it off with a guy who you really like, and vice versa. So much to the point to where you would prefer to marry him and then be intimate, become intimate with him, Destiny, only for you to eventually tell him the truth that you had a BBL. Now, imagine how disappointed he would be, especially if he thought you actually were authentic. Your whole entire shape happened to be authentic. Not only that, but you come across as an airhead as well. Someone who's superficial at that, talking about how the last guy you was with just contacted you only when he was in the mood, so to speak, only when he wanted to become intimate. And this explains also, ladies and gentlemen, why there are over 70% of Black American women, and this is according to a 2010 census. Now, that's roughly 14 years ago. And I could imagine ever since the year 2010, the amount has doubled, perhaps triple, of unmarried Black women due to how so many of them are so superficial, won't, in other words, feel like the only way they could get with a man or vice versa is due to his outer appearance. Don't get me wrong, the outer appearance is important to a certain degree, but in the long run, your looks will fade with the much more older you get in age. And not also, where I also want to say this, some of the main people who are some of the most attractive people are some of the main ones who are a pain in the butt, whether you know it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow,
he's good looking, and these are the kind of the complaints that a lot of men know. This, first of all, men know that if a man looks good or has money, he doesn't have to do all the requirements that other men have to do in order to get your attention. So these men now, because they got friends, if they not the guy, they a friend of the guy, and they watch how easy it is for him to get vagina, and it's like, I gotta do all this. But nevertheless, not to go on tangent, you're 27, you're still learning, so there's gonna be a grace. But what I will say to you is, decide what you want. And if you honestly, I say this all the time, and y'all really get mad when I say it, but if you honestly know you want a relationship, maybe require that before you have sex. Because then you'll get to know your pool of men, right? The pool of men who you can just have. And if you want to have fun times, then have fun times, right? Like, it's your life, but you're going to have to use better discernment and more time to decipher off of the man. And if he's just good looking, girl, you have to be strong. Don't just give him a pass because he's good looking.
Yeah, I do. Like I haven't, like I said, I haven't been in a relationship in a year. So I got on the dating apps, and I've met like a couple of people. None of it has worked out because it's unfortunate, because I am looking to date to marry. I am that type of woman, but it doesn't work out like that. So I just
well, because sex is so easy. Like, I think, first of all, I have a lot of sympathy for my ladies, because this, we're dealing in a time right now, child, where the type of man that, first of all, y'all all kind of want the same guy, right? So there's too many of y'all that want the same guy. But because this guy is so desired, he literally has no reason to rise to the occasion. Like, he literally has no reason, unless he's like morally comes from a different background, maybe wants to get married because he wants children or whatever the case may be. But you just said you slept with this guy who barely was sexy, but then you dropped, but he was good looking. So that was, and if he's good looking, he getting vagina all the time. So I'm sympathetic, but you're going to have to learn sexual discipline. Because unfortunately, ladies, men can have sex and it's not judgment against them. Well, some women do. I would judge a guy if he just out sleeping with everybody, child. But a lot of times a guy can have 5 kids and be fine and still get a woman. But if a woman has 5 kids it's going to be harder for her to get this type of guy that she wants. So you just have to be more particular with who you allow into your body. And don't just make it, and how about this? Don't just make it based off of good looks. Make it based off of character. I'm not telling you to be with an ugly man, but maybe be with a man that, one of my friends, she's married, and it's a quote that I never forgot. And she always says, the finest man is the man that treats me the best. Not the man that is the finest because he's a model. No, the man that treats me the best was always the finest man to me. And that's the man that is calling me, pursuing me, showing interest in me. So, again, you got a body, girl. We saw it when you stood up. So it's going to take for you to use your discernment to decipher between the two.
Yeah, I do need to get stronger at that. Like, I do try. Like, I talk to them for like a month before I even meet. And I give, like, I don't just go to people's houses. I have them take me out. Like, if they don't even want to commit to a drink or a dinner, then I don't even take them seriously. And they try really hard for those few months or those few dates, and then it just stops. And I have a problem with letting that go when it stops. But yeah.
Does it stop after they have sex with you?
It stops around the...
Girl, because that's the plan. Girl, I'm trying to educate you. That's the plan. They're like, he's pursuing you because he's trying to have sex with you. So I want you to use your own experience to learn these lessons. Why is it these guys are pursuing you, but as soon as they have sex with you, they don't work as hard because they achieve their goal? Like, ladies, all men are always trying to figure out is how much do it cost to get in between your legs? How much time do I got to spend? How much money? But a lot of women, y'all, you control that. Now you can decide unless a man takes it. We're not gonna talk about that. So once he realizes, he's working and he's trying to figure out, okay, and then once he gets it, he got what he wanted. So he's not gonna call you as much, honey.
I mean, but like, how do you know that until after you sleep?
Make it a requirement. Make it like, I only have sex when I'm in relationships.
Oh my gosh.
You just said you want to be a wife.
I do, but I don't want to be a wife to bad dick. Like, how do you even know? Like, I don't want to marry somebody if the sex is whack. Sex is a big part of the relationship as well. It's not the biggest part, but it is a part. And it's like, I do wait a time period. I do put limitations on it. Like I said, they do have to take me out. They do have to treat me a certain way. And it does have to be for a period of time. But
what's the period of time, honey?
A period of time is at least 2 months.
So if a guy takes you out for 2 months, so you don't have sex until 2 months, or do you have sex faster than? I thought it was 3 dates.
Three days can be like in the time frame of 2 months. Like, it's not.
But
like,
what if 3 days happens in a week?
I don't have that type of time. I'm busy at work.
So you're saying a guy will take you on 3 dates, and that's normally a 2-month process?
Around that time, like, it could be a month and a half or 2 months. I was rounding up, I suppose.
Okay.
Because
well,
I can't do that. I can't even go on 3 dates a week. I work too much. I can go on like a date, like
one thing. This is what I've learned about this show, child. Y'all got. I'm not gonna stress myself out trying to give y'all this little titty video of advice, and I'm just telling y'all from the men. A lot of times this be from the men, and this is the thing that you also gotta. Okay, think about this. When a man marries a woman, 9 times out of 10, it's like he feels like he got something valuable that he doesn't want somebody else to have, and he's found something different, that he hasn't seen before. So it's like this woman is she's expendable to me, not inexpendable to me, if I'm using the right word. So he's trying to lock her in. But what a lot of women are not realizing is y'all all act the same. So that's why these men don't be locking y'all in, because y'all all be acting the same. I mean, you are an attractive girl, but you're not the only attractive girl walking this world. And if a man knows he can take you out a couple times, and if he's jazzy, I'm assuming he has to be attractive, so he's probably hit on all the time. And if he got a coin, it ain't nothing to take you out on a date. You're not different than the other girl he knows wants him too. So why would I choose you over all the other beautiful girls that want to give me their vagina too?
Yeah, I could try that. It's just in this generation.
And once again, Kendra G, has it right down to a T. One of the main problems that so many women face, the reason they can't maintain, much less obtain a successful relationship, a successful long-term relationship specifically. And with that being said, is anybody hungry? Because Kendra G is cooking right now. Does anybody have a blanket? Because Kendra G on fire right now. Back to the video though.
I can try, I can try waiting until it's a relationship. I can try.
Girl, okay, listen, I'm not even sure where we at with these questions. What are your 3 flaws?
Like I said, I am aware. I can be very emotional sometimes. Like I do catch feelings at when I don't catch feelings fast, but when I catch them, they can be deep and they can be serious. Like I am aware that I need to work on my self-love. I do need to love myself more. I shouldn't just let, a few little flashy things break me. And I shut down in arguments too. I could work on my communication instead of shutting down.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm very loyal. I'm educated. I'm not just an animal groomer. I'm in real estate as well. I own 2 properties with the Detroit Land Bank. So my money is good. My mind is good. My body is good. I'm working on myself. I know there's things that I can improve on. I do want to marry and date to that. I have traditional views, which is, I guess, not common for women my age is what I'm told. But my traditional views are like I don't believe in children outside of marriage. So I won't have children outside. I don't judge anybody that does, but me personally.
Yet and still, you coming on the show dressed like a straight up thought. And you still are having sex outside of marriage. Although you may want to wait till after the 3rd date to have sex. Make that make sense.
I wouldn't start a family unless it was the right way. I believe in dressing a certain way. When you go out, I dress to impress, I guess.
Okay. Do you have some page?
Why you saying all that BS of how you believe in dressing a certain way when you go out? I see you wasn't dressed a certain way when you appeared on this show.
Questions. Do you want them?
Sure.
Okay, I let people decide if they want the paid questions or not. All right, let's. I can't get to all of them. LII said he said $20. Can't get a man to call back. I'm telling your female cousins, y'all wasting y'all money on them BBLs when you can just hit the gym and level up over health and men because we see you at the gym, and if you nice, we approach it.
I actually go to LA Fitness 4 times a week, but I appreciate your opinion.
Okay. Do you want to say if you had a BBL or not?
Yes, I did have a BBL.
Okay, you did. Okay. So you got the body, girl. I think, I don't normally, let me spend some time here. I don't normally take me out of it. I want women who start looking at wives. Start looking at, you said you want to be a wife, right? Find you. Do you have any friends that are married?
No.
Okay. Get you some married friends. That's important. Talk to some married folks. A lot of girls who are married haven't really had surgery. Of course, there are some, but there's not they're just regular bodies. They work out or whatever. They're not always in. I think the BBL, no judgment, is very popular now. But what happens is you lead with body. And when you lead with body, you're going to get a man. Like I said, you have a body. So you're going to get men who are going to want to just have sex with you. But that's not what you want. You're talking about us, you want a husband. You want a man that wants to be with you via thick and thin. Wants to be with you, if times got hard, still has your back. Not because when you walk in a room, it's like, damn, she look good. So you sure look good. So I'm not taking away from that. But just know that your body is attracting the type of guy that I don't think you ultimately want.
Well, what do I do about that?
You can't do anything about it now. You can take it as a lesson and move, and just know it's going to be up to you. Like I said earlier, you got to use your discernment to decide between the men who want to know you deeper, who are interested in your well-being, your life, and what you got going on, or just figuring out what they got to do to have sex with your amazing body, right? So it's going to take for you to really, start using your discernment more.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna read no more questions. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, I'm not. I'll download it.
Okay. Would it be the name right there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you keep me posted how it goes, baby.
Okay. Thank you, Kendra.
No problem.
Okay, like always, everybody. By the way, I don't know if anybody paid attention to the sleeve, the tattoo sleeve, which appears on the left arm. Although in the video, it seems like it's more so on her right arm, but it's actually on her left arm. Anyhow, this is another reason why so many black women struggle with finding men, and especially men who they could be in happy and successful long-term relationships with, due to how masculine they come across too. Because this also happens to be a trend with so many modern day women, especially modern day women within Destiny's age bracket of 27 years old, how on behalf of how so many of them like to have very visible and excessive tattoos as well, not realizing how unattractive and trashy they usually come across, how masculine they come across as well, which could be a red flag or a deal breaker for some men, especially men who may not have tattoos of his own. Anyways, and like I always, make sure you like, comment, share, last not least, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a good one.